Gonna get to work, have a little fun, get a different job, gonna try another one. I'm gonna get to work, have a little fun, get a different job, gonna try another one. I'm gonna get to work, have a little fun. Come on everybody, let's get to work.
Tonight on It's a Living.
Sink down to the bottom. That's the big one.
You sure I can do this, eh?
My business is going under. In the Yukon, there's no business like the dead toe business. And imagine having 1,400 people over to your house to watch movies every night.
It's a living, have a little fun, a living, gonna try another one. It's a living, gonna have a little fun. Come on everybody, let's get to work.
And now, the hardest working man in the TV business today, Peter Jordan.
Well, imagine a job where in one day you can swim in the Arctic with beluga whales, or in the tropics with sharks, or in the coastal waters off Vancouver with wolf eels. Well, if you're a diver at the Vancouver Aquarium, that's a typical day. And I'm going to give it a try.
The Vancouver Aquarium Marine Science Center. 37,000 sea creatures live here, so it's no wonder it takes 600 people to look after them. 25 work underwater, keeping the tanks clean and the animals happy. The lead diver is marine biologist Jeremy Haywood.
So I'm really looking forward to being a diver here at the aquarium.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'd love to have you dive here. Can I see your certification card, though, first?
What's a certification card? You want me to spit in my own mask?
Spit in your own mask.
A certification card is what you need if you want to be a diver. I find it's a tough course. First you have to pass a written exam, then there's lots of technical stuff, but the most important is how to breathe underwater.
Okay, Peter, good job. Peter? Good job.
Yeah, is that good?
That's excellent.
You know, I'd be just fine if I could just stand here and do that.
Now you can't talk underwater, of course, so you learn hand signals like okay, okay. Time to go up? Forgot my watch. And it gets tougher as you go deeper. The water pressure can be painful, and you have to learn emergency procedures like what to do if your mask comes off underwater and how to clear it when you put it back on.
All right, Peter, this is your last dive.
Finally, 4 dives to the bottom of the lake to test you under real conditions. I was about to learn that getting certified is just the first step in having a job as a diver.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Peter.
Look at that.
All right.
With certification in hand, Jeremy puts us straight to work.
It's like these old pajamas we used to get as kids.
We're going to be diving in freezing water, so we put on a dry suit. It's a high-tech garment that keeps the water out by being really tight.
This is what it's like to come through the birth canal. Man, this is a lot of weight.
The whole ensemble weighs about 100 pounds.
Hot, Peter? Ooh, I'm really hot. Hot and heavy.
I'm badly overheated, so we make a quick detour to the fish freezer to cool off. The Pacific Canadian tank is jammed full of fragile West Coast creatures. Divers have to be really careful when they work in here. Jeremy gives me my first job. Clean the delicate acrylic window of the aquarium.
So scratching the acrylic would be bad, I guess.
That would be bad.
Yeah. What do you figure that acrylic window's worth?
I figure it's probably worth about $250,000. So
That would be really bad.
yeah.
Looks like our divers have entered the habitat.
With a crowd of tourists watching, I quickly discover the hardest part of this job is keeping myself in the proper position underwater. It's called buoyancy. I keep falling over, destroying the habitat. My flailing around is a big no-no.
Peter, how are you doing in there today?
I'm trying not to kill anything.
Let's give Peter a big wave. He's right up front with the sturgeon.
Well, this is definitely an obstacle most window cleaners don't have to face.
Looks like one of our visitors is saying maybe Peter missed a spot. Well, here we have James pointing out another spot that Peter's missed. Peter, it looks like you have a starfish attached to your leg. How'd that get there?
Before I destroy any more of the habitat, Jeremy cuts the dive short. I found out that there's way more to diving than just swimming underwater.
There's the skill of diving, which you know.
Yeah.
Breathe,
Right.
you know, the gear, putting it on.
Right.
But the art of diving is really practicing your buoyancy, and that's the hardest thing to learn.
Okay, next tank. I can't be flailing around. There's a big difference between a starfish on my leg and...
Oh my gosh.
This is it, Peter, the second dive in the sharks.
They're everywhere circling. I mean, is it safe in there for a diver?
Sure, we've never had any incidents.
So typically what would you do in there?
Well, the main component of diving in here is education. Look for shark teeth and show the kids out front what shark teeth look like.
Oh, where do we find those?
Oh, they're all around in the sand on the bottom. The shark shed their teeth all the time.
As long as I'm not pulling them out of my leg or something like that. Okay, so how do I stay out of the way of those boys? Boy,
They will stay out
active,
of your
eh?
way.
Will they?
Yep. All we're going to do is we're going to sort of slide in nice and gently here, sink down to the
Okay.
bottom. That's the big one.
Yeah. Look at the size of that thing. No time like the present.
Seem to be circling. They always circle. That's all they can do in here. I see. Just take the time to look around and look at the sharks. Believe me, I'm looking at the sharks.
I'm actually feeling pretty comfortable. My buoyancy's good. So I turn to the educational part of the job, looking for shark's teeth in the sand to show the kids.
They may go through as many as 20 or 30,000 teeth in their lifetime. Take a look, it's right between his two fingers. Can you see it?
And of course, it wouldn't be a dive without doing some maintenance and cleaning. Although in this tank, you don't complain about the boss looking over your shoulder.
Everyone, wave goodbye to Peter as he exits the habitat.
Once I relaxed a bit, I could have stayed in there all day.
Yeah.
The water is warm as can be, and
Well, I actually came up to the surface a couple of times. You didn't even notice.
no, I was pretty fascinated at that point. Well, how often are you going to get to swim with sharks? It's just not going to happen.
We have what's called a free dive, and that's what we're going to be doing.
Great.
Where it's just sort of a free, fun interaction with the whales. The whales get a lot of fun out of it, we get a bit of fun out of it, and then the audience watching also gets to see the behavior of whales and how beautiful they are when they are swimming around. I think I like diving with belugas the most. They're most interactive, and they really seem to respond to people being in the water with them. You're not going to make $1 million being a diving officer, but you sure get to dive with a lot of neat critters and really explore your love of the environment and the ocean. For me, aquariums and zoos are a vital part of the education process of our kids, and it helps preserve all of the animals in the wild. I dive with all kinds of great people who are really dedicated to their work. I love it because there aren't many people who have the type of job that I have, and I feel lucky that I can do this kind of job.
Well, that
that was darn near the coolest thing I've ever done. I've done some neat things in It's a Living, but this might be just about the best. Oh, it's got blowhold right in the face. Oh, yeah? Well, Jeremy, you got a very, very cool job. Thank you so much for showing me.
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Oh,
So we don't want
what's
her
not
biting.
Oh, yeah, don't bite my fin, sweetheart, okay? So are those really and truly dead toads? Don't go away. We're going to find out how far a business will go to make a living off a dead toad.